It's me, KG, Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review, local name, global perspective. And as promised, joining me once again, my old man just like me, going back to high school days, Herb Baker of First Option Sports. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. Glad to be here. Thanks for the opportunity.
So what you want to start with first, man? You want to talk about the UH news or talk some NBA playoffs?
It's on you. You talk it. It's your show. I'm just a guest. What are you talking about?
What do you know about JoJo? And is it Tugler or Tugler?
Tugler.
Tugler.
JoJo.
What do you know about JoJo?
Well, actually, I was supposed to, let me plug my phone in. I was supposed to be coaching JoJo this summer. I was going to join the Houston Defenders organization.
Okay.
And we started having workouts on Sundays. JoJo came to a couple of workouts. His motor, that was the thing that stood out to me. His offensive game is, he's still developing as a young offensive player, but he has the tools. He listens. He has great size. You know what I mean? He's very athletic, and seemed like a really good kid. Seemed like he's a guy that committed. He's committed to being a good player. I think he wants to. He will work, and I think he fits perfect for what they do over there on Cullen Street.
That was going to be my next question, man. From what you know of him, does his style game match with the Cougs and Kelvin Sampson players?
Yes, he goes for after every offensive rebound.
How good is he in terms of? I know on Hicks's site, RCS Sports, he's got him, I think, 5th in the class of 23 in the city. Does that make sense to you? Do you agree with that?
His game is coming on. He's confident. He's playing on the EYBL now, playing with the hoops, playing with a little, his better teammates. When you play against better competition, you learn things, you figure things out about yourself. I'm sure the player development that he's getting right now that he's become, top 100 type of talent, is I saw him at Fondy last week, him and his sister, and I spoke with him briefly. He was wearing the University of Houston shirt then, so he didn't mention anything, but he was wearing a U of A shirt last week. So I think it's great that he went ahead and didn't play around with his decision. He found what he was looking for. I was just on the Chop Shop before I clicked onto the show, and I heard some news. I heard that he's flirting with the idea of going to Montbird Academy. I don't really understand why he would do that unless he's trying to, become up, the player development, the day-to-day combat the players that he would play against him. But senior year, you could be here, you could, be over on that campus a lot, and, work close with the weight staff, the strength conditioning coach, go to practices, pick up nuances that would, I don't know. I wish him the best either way, but he's already made his decision. Maybe he's trying to make the McDonald's game. I don't know.
That's interesting, and shout out to the Chop Shop, Hicks and Hatter. They always put on a great show.
Yes,
did you see this kind of ability in JoJo before last season? Because he kind of blew up in a year.
I watched him play at his high school. They had the guard that signed with Louisiana Tech, and then he opened it back up. He's going to Tulsa, Josiah McWright.
Mm-hmm.
Over there, he was more of a screener, a roller, catching lobs, defender. rebounder. They weren't really going to him offensively. He played his role. They had a really good team. They made a run. But I think that, he has a lot he will develop more offensively. I see him being a face-up four. Needs to make some adjustments on his jump shot, get shooting with the full extension, kind of short arms it here a little bit, but he makes it. I've seen him make threes in games, put it on the floor, 1 or 2 dribbles. He's relentless on the glass. If you don't box him out, he's going to throw it down on your head. He doesn't get into the rah-rah. I don't see him posting a lot on social media. Just a respectful kid, keeps his head down and works hard. So I think that translates exactly to what Coach Sampson and the staff does. They just work for it, and they compete.
All right, let's shift gears, man. You worked with a little bit, I think, Kenneth Lofton Jr. So
yeah.
What are your thoughts on Junior keeping his name in the draft?
Well, I spoke with the dad the other day, and he shared some information with me that, some teams really like Junior at the end of the first round. And that day that we spoke, I think he had spoken with, he worked out with Brooklyn that particular day. And, hey, I've been knowing Kenneth Lofton Jr. since he was 8 years old. Great family. He's always, been doubted because of the way his body, the way he's built. Always been one of the best players. His parents, the thing that I love about the Lofton family, they've always been happy for the success of others.
Okay.
You never heard them talking negative about other teammates, the coaches. They always stayed in that situation, didn't jump from team to team. They never doubted Junior talent. When people said, well, he needs to lose weight, yeah, but right now he can go. And I think that's what drove him to stay in the draft. We spoke last week and we said that, he wasn't on any mock drafts. But you and I know those mock drafts aren't made by GMs.
Right.
They're made by guys that just like basketball, and they have a following and they put it out, and a lot of times they're close to being correct, but they're not inside those rooms. They're not on that floor. They're not in those private workouts. They're not in those interviews, and it's hard to root against Big Junior.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to root against him. Even if you don't like his game, you gotta love him as a person. You know what I mean? I think he'll be fine. If he doesn't get drafted and he gets into camp, he's gonna make people think about, who they're gonna keep on the roster, because he's efficient. He's efficient. I saw him in the Chicago camp last week. I see that he's lost significant weight. Still has a ways to go with that, but Junior had a 32-inch vertical.
Yeah.
Who knew that? Yeah. Junior has extremely long arms. He only measures 6'5", back-footed, but he has some extremely long arms. And if he gets in a camp situation, he's going to score. He's going to get fouls. He's going to draw fouls. If he was a guy out here chucking up threes, I wouldn't, but he's so efficient. I know that the analytical game is to shoot the three and pass up the mid-range and all that, but if he scores a 2-point basket, is the coach going to go and tell the people, hey, take that off, We don't want that too. We only want threes. No. So he's efficient. He gets things done. He gives you extra possession. I think he's a great spokesman, a person that you would want to represent your organization. And I love his family. I wish him the best.
All right, man. Appreciate that. All right. One more name with college connections to the area. Mr. Marcus Sasser. It's May 26th. He has not yet decided to pull his name out of the draft, or, he's got till June 1st, like every other college kid, to declare that he's either going to stay in the draft or go back to college. My gut is leaning that he's going to stay in the draft. What does your gut tell you?
Man, hard to tell someone how to go after their dream.
Right.
I'm sure you've had conversations with Marcus over his time, during his time at your age. You know, he's a confident kid. I think he's very talented. I think he's talented. He's definitely good enough. He's played big games. He's done well. He's worked on his body. He's definitely became a much better shooter than he was in high school. It's going to be about fit. He played. He earned his way into the big draft camp. He played well there. But these guys will be staying in that draft. Someone has to be telling them something that makes them believe that they have to have a promise or guarantee of some type. I can't see them bypassing, the opportunity to play more college basketball and improve their draft stock if they haven't been guaranteed or promised. Now, we know how those things work out. Things change on draft night. Moves are made. But like I said, I hope it works out for the young fellas. It's hard to tell a guy how to go after his dream.
Yep.
And for folks who are wondering, who was Herb Baker? Herb Baker played pro ball for 17 years. So he knows what he's talking about. He's been doing this in a long time.
And, I played at Texas Southern, played 1 year at Texas Southern. We went to the NCAA tournament, played against Duke. I played well that game. I withdrew from school to pursue a professional career. I went and played in Italy. I bet on myself, just like these kids.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Italy. I played well there. I applied for the draft. I did not get drafted, but I was invited to the NBA pre-draft camp. Went to the pre-draft camp. I did get drafted, but I knocked some guys. Some guys lost some status. James Forrest knocked his ass completely out of the draft. Excuse my language.
That's fine. No. Yeah.
Mario Bennett, he was trying to improve his draft stock. He was trying to post me up. He was out past the three-point line. I had a little baggage off the court, and I, had some things to work on in my game as well. So I didn't get drafted, but I was invited to a couple of camps. I went to camp with Cleveland, made the team, and got cut because they made a trade. They traded Todd Rod Williams for Dan Marley and Antonio Lang. Got a 2-for-1. They released me. So I've been in this situation. I know what it's like to be told, maybe not now, you're good enough, but, keep working at it. That's why I wish these guys the best, man. I wish them the best. I'm hoping for the best, but I know it's a business. And I think they'll both end up achieving their ultimate goal of playing in the NBA. May have to take a couple of detours here and there, but they have the talent and the will to get there, and I believe they'll make it.
Let's talk playoffs, man. Will Dallas force a game 6 by winning game 5 in the Bay Area?
I mean, if they do, kudos to them. It's going to be hard to win 4 in a row. So if they do win tonight, it's only probably prolonging the inevitable. But I don't see Steph Curry allowing this to go any further. They're a veteran team. They're not going to risk, playing 2 or 3 more games, putting Draymond in a position to do something crazy to get suspended, or you want to rest guys up. You got young guys. You want to be able to get them a little bit more acclimated to what you're doing. Maybe give Clay a couple of days rest to recover. He's still coming back from 2 very serious injuries, although he's playing well. I think with that veteran team, I think they're going to close them out. And with Miami and Boston, that series has just been so crazy, man. One team will get blown out tonight, they'll come blow up. It's just crazy. But last night, it seemed like the handwriting was on the wall for Miami. How many people had Golden State and Boston playing for a title at the beginning of the season?
I know I didn't.
Yeah.
Neither one of them.
No. I wasn't. But for Dallas to be in the conference finals, that's a great job for first-year GM Nico Harrison.
Yep.
I played over in Belgium with Nico. Nico went to Montana State from Portland. Great guy. Jason Kidd played against him in college. Another guy that that has paid his dues as a coach, shown his merit. I know the Lakers are probably regretting not hiring him as opposed to Vogel, who did a tremendous job, but he's being made the scapegoat for LeBron and his, GM skills.
Yeah.
But the game is changing so much, man, that the NBA is hard for me to watch it. Sometimes, Kris, it's just one big 3-point shooting contest.
Yeah.
Miami was 7 for 45 over the last 2 games, something like that. No, 7 for 45 last night. Starters were 2 for 22.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to win like that. Just think if they shoot 25 less threes and shoot 45% from 2.
Right.
It's a different series. But the analytics, they're telling. I had a kid, one of my kids that I work with, he told me the other day that his college coach is telling him, don't shoot that mid-range shot that we've been working on ever since he's been in the 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. So what, are you going to tell the guy to take 2 points off the board if he makes a shot? Well, I don't. Game is different, Kris.
Yeah, your old school mind is coming through, and that's why we on the same page with that. So I just 2 points, man. The object is to score. That's the whole point of the game, right?
I mean, you're going to take guys that aren't 3-point shooters and tell them to shoot threes?
Right.
But,
let me ask you this, man. For folks who are, Heat fans talking, well, if we were healthy, blah, blah, blah. A healthy Heat team, a healthy Boston team, who wins the series?
I think it's a 7-game series.
Would you pick Boston in 7?
I think it's a 7-game series, and you know how that goes. Whoever has home court may win it, but injuries are a part of the game.
Right.
Injuries are a part of the game. For those, I don't play video games, but I know on the video game, you can turn off the injuries and the fatigue. Well, if you do that, it's a totally different game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Injuries are a part of the game. Unfortunately, with the season being so long, those injuries begin to rear their head during the playoffs. it's a long grind for those guys, especially the guys that are getting up in age and still, play a significant role on their teams.
About to wrap up with you, man.
All right.
I read this, and you touched on it just now about, the long season, 82 games. Do you think that the NBA will ever, let's just go in our lifetime, ever reduce the number of games in regular season?
I don't think so, because they just added a play-in.
Right? So then
what's just added, and so if we play fewer games, we make less what?
Right. Make less money.
So, I don't see that.
And with the 82 games, this, pro ball, your time playing pro ball to now, star players especially, they rest more. They don't play 82 games like they used to. They take 5-10 games off for rest or, things like that. So, aren't they kind of getting less games anyway?
For personal reasons. Yeah. Robert Hatter was discussing this on the Chop today about Bam Adebayo making the all-defense team, and he missed 26 games.
Yeah.
Well, and so if you make those teams, you make all-defense, you make all-NBA, those accomplishments, they affect your pay. So if you make an all-NBA team, you're slotted to be a max or super max. It puts you in that conversation. Well, the all NBA, that's determined by media.
Right.
100 voters, media. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of power to give someone who's not necessarily an official of the NBA.
Right.
To determine whether this guy's extension is going to be $60 million or $160 million. What if this guy didn't grant you an interview and you took it some type of way and you didn't vote for him? And then you have your friends, oh man, this guy, he's a butt. I don't like it, man. The way he he wrote me off. He wouldn't give me an interview. So now you got a crusade to keep this guy off the All-NBA team, which may affect his livelihood.
Right. Yeah.
It affects the way teams draft. It affects the way teams attack free agency. That's a lot to put on all defense, all NBA, all this stuff. But some of it's contingent on how many games you played. If you miss 25 games, you can't be a leader in scores because you didn't play enough games.
Right.
There's a lot of different variables that, that stuff. The NBA is a crazy business, man.
And business is what it is. Yeah. All right, man. So
exactly what it is.
What's your next event? The team, y'all going anywhere soon, anytime soon?
No, right now it's about to be June. The kids are preparing we're going to go to the U of H team camp. Some of my kids will be playing in Duncanville in June, I think the weekend of the 24th for the TABC showcase, where they will play with their high school teams and in front of college coaches. So Nathan Law, who's probably my top player, he's going to play with JL3 this weekend in Louisville. John Lucas's team in the EYBL, he's going to join that team for this weekend. Hopefully he does well, raise some eyebrows, and we'll just be working, man, trying to get better.
How can folks find you on social media? Herb Baker?
I'm the Herb Baker on Twitter, and I'm Herb_Baker on Instagram, and I'm Herb Baker on Facebook.
As always, man, enjoy talking to you. We'll do it again soon, man. You take care.
All right, you too, Kris.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.